I remember them. We had them the second year too. My sophomore year, we lost to them again. You know how mad you got to be to lose to the same team twice.
Oh, don't remind me, Krystal, because I lost to Wes Matthews, Madison Memorial, junior senior year.
That's a heartbreaker. It's an ego. It messes with your ego, your pride. That's why I still remember. That was about 15, 20 years ago. I remember.
Just touched down, back on road. Counting money, man, you know how it goes. Hit the VIP and tell my bitch to strike a pose. Hop in mode. Hop in mode.
I appreciate you, sis, coming to the Barcode podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm real excited. We go way, I won't say way back, but way back.
Stuff back. It's been over 10 years.
It's been 10. Time fly.
Yeah.
Wow. Because we met at the when we were doing refereeing, right?
It's my 10th year. So that was when we was at Benson. That's why I said it's been 10 years.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy though, Krystal? I always heard of your name back when I was in high school, because you 05 too, right?
Yep.
You 05. And like just how we connected at Vincent, and then I found out who you were. I'm like, oh, this is Krystall Ellis. Oh, she's so humble. I love her. She's so humbled and cool. And you don't, the type of caliber player that you were though, the things that you did at Racine St Catherine's and Marquette and overseas and stuff. Some people get big headed sometimes. And you never gave me them vibes, no matter where I seen you. So I'm always appreciate that.
Well, a lot of people say that. They be shocked that I'm totally just down to earth. I said, man, all that could have been taken away at any time. You got to be grateful for those opportunities.
Yeah, for sure. So I got my homegirl, Krystall Ellis, man, on the Barcode podcast. So I'm gonna start off asking this. Now, you were a 4-year starter at Racine St Catherine's. You was an incoming freshman. Did it ever cross your mind, like, and I know it was a while back, we older now, but did it ever cross your mind coming in as a freshman, like, I'm about to like really set records and be like, the best, young lady to come out of Racine to do it. Like what's your thoughts, like, just coming in as an incoming freshman? Like, did you think your career would be like it is?
I hadn't even thought about it. I remember when I came in, I remember I had to go to camp. I went to the St. Catherine's camp my 8th grade year. It was in the summer, and I was like, man, I got to prove myself so I can be on varsity, because people were already talking about me, but it's like, oh, you got to do what everybody else got to do. I'm like, no, I want to play varsity.
Yeah.
So I got that chance after camp, and they was like, well, you got to try out and stuff. Of course, that's how everybody do it. But once I made varsity, I was fine, but I never thought about like, dang, it would blow up like that. I'm like, dang, I'm probably one of the best to ever come out of St. Catherine, Marquette. I'm like, this is real. But no, I didn't think about it at first. I was just happy to start playing.
Yeah, that's and that's actually dope. And it's crazy too, because when we all go into high school, we pretty much know, like, they want me on varsity or they want me on JV. Like, I went into Vincent knowing that I was playing JV. You know what I'm saying? So for you, how talented you are, go in there and you still got to try out, maybe because you was a freshman, probably.
Yeah, they say you got to try out, you got to do this. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be on varsity. I know it.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. So you make varsity. Tell me your experience, like your first game varsity, starting as a freshman. Like, are you kind of nervous? Because it's a different transition coming from middle school, to high school. The pace is different and everything. But if you can remember, what's going through your head that first varsity game, and who y'all play?
I don't even remember who we played, but I was nervous. But we had a lot of upperclassmen that was already there. I was basically the only person that was new on the team, so they was already molded together, so it wasn't bad. We had a good shooting guard, we had good post players, so I didn't have much to worry about. I was just the extra piece that they needed, so it wasn't too bad. I remember when we got to state though, my freshman year, and I remember the team that beat us and how they beat us and everything.
Well, how did that go?
Terrible for me, my friend. You get to state, you don't even think about it, but that's what college coaches start looking at you and everything. So my first game, I did great. I was killing everybody. That championship game, we played Columbus. They put us a trap, like a 1-3-1 full court press on us, and we could not do anything with it. They shut us totally down. I didn't play good at all. I was mad. I remember them. We had them the second year too. My sophomore year, we lost to them again. You know how mad you got to be to lose to the same team twice.
Oh, don't remind me, Krystal, because you know I lost to Wes Matthews, Madison Memorial, junior senior year.
That's a heartbreaker. It's the ego. It messes with your ego, your pride. That's why I still remember. That was about 15, 20 years ago. I remember.
Yeah, that some high school games, especially, you know, something, you know, at that time, like high is like going upstate. You know, that's everybody dream in high school to go upstate. So for us to go up there, you know, the people on the outside looking in, like, dude, at least y'all went upstate. But as competitors, we like, no, we lost. Like, I don't have a gold ball. Like,
Yeah, I got a second runner up. That ain't the gold one though. I'm happy about this silver, but I want gold.
I won't
Gold
go.
better.
Exactly. So, what year was it? Let me see. You averaged 24.3.
My senior year.
That was senior year. Okay, I don't want to. Okay, that was senior year you did that. What you do your junior year?
It was probably around the same. It wasn't much different. I scored a lot all 4 years.
Okay. And yeah, you was getting older and wiser, and you know, junior senior year, you averaging 24.3. And did you how did your junior senior year go as far as like making your state run? Did you
My junior year is the year we went to state again. We lost again, of course, but that's the year we did go again. Got to the finals and lost to Richland Center, actually. You know, we be losing to the teams up north and stuff. People don't be understanding.
we understand.
It's different. You had to play against West. That was a lot, but it was like, that's Matt. What, he was at Madison Memorial.
Yeah.
And like thinking Madison Memorial, then we get up there like, oh yeah, it's a lot different. That's like how people be talking about Kimberly. No, Kimberly's really good. You don't think they don't have game. They understand how the game is played.
How the game is played, and that's exactly how Wes Matthews them. And you know, we city conference, so there's a lot of hand checking, get away with a lot of stuff. But upstate, it's almost like you got to be a robot, you know.
Yeah.
So,
I tell them with the city conference, I said when you go to state, it's a total different basketball game. They're following all the rules. The referees are there. Everybody's watching. They're not just watching the players. They're watching the refs. You got to call all those calls. All that hand checking you was doing the whole season. That's not happening up there. Everybody's watching games. They need to make sure they do all the right things.
Yeah, exactly. So, correct me if I'm wrong, though, Krystal. 2005. You just stated that you averaged 24.3 your junior and senior year. Now, like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. Did you win Mrs. Basketball?
I did not. I didn't win it my senior year. I think the only ones I got Racine County Player of the Year. Then I think the Milwaukee one I got 1 year. I forgot what it's called, but nope, I didn't get Mrs. Basketball.
Okay, because I asked that because I just wanted to just triple check, because didn't Aaron Monfrey, she won it, right? Okay. So I'm asking that because
they were really good. Her 4 years too.
Yeah. Aaron definitely was a good player. Shout out to Aaron Monfrey. But do you feel like you deserved it?
Yeah, of course. You always go back and you think you deserve it. You never know what happened in those circumstances, but I don't take nothing away from it.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, because when I started doing when I found out who you are, like I said, I've been knowing about you, but when I started doing my research, when me and you got cool, and I got to just reading so much because I just love reading, I'm like, hold on, how did Krystal didn't win Mrs. Basketball? But that's another thing. I know about politics, but we ain't gonna get that deep into it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So your senior year, what all schools were offering you? What all schools were offering you?
Senior year, I had already decided I was going to Marquette. I didn't want to deal with all that stress and how it goes with like playing the whole season, trying to figure out where you want to go. And I wasn't like that big into looking up schools and stuff like that. Like a lot of the letters I got, I didn't even realize till I was actually playing those schools in college who they were.
Yeah.
I actually only went on one official visit. I tell people all the time, and it wasn't even to Marquette.
Okay, what school was that?
I went to Cleveland State, actually. I like Cleveland State. I love the coach. I still do. Kate, she's the director at for the WIA. She was great, and she took a lot of people from Milwaukee to
Yeah.
there. So like I respected her. I love the visit and everything. I just knew I wanted to stay close to home, and I just something about Marquette was different.
Okay, because you would have if you would have decided to go to Cleveland State, you would have been with Steph Crossley.
Yep, she was a year younger than me. We played AAU together, but she was a year younger than me. So yeah, we would have been together. I think it was Dominique Butler. We were the same year, so we would have played together.
Oh yeah, ooh, that would have been a nice team. But you know what? Hey, listen, I love players that stay in their hometown and put on for the hometown team. So what you did was amazing. So, but other than that, like no other schools like reached out to your coach and
Oh yeah, I had offers. I had offers from West Coast schools, East Coast, and I had other offers from Wisconsin. I just knew where I wanted to stay close. I made it simple. I wasn't going to do all that.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't want to take all them visits. I ain't want to. I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to just sit up there and talk to random people all day.
Yeah, yes, that's it.
You never know when you go on them college visits. Everybody they ain't always honest. You never know what they own. The team got to be one way. I remember when we was doing like you got to be one way. You never know how the coaches are really. I wanted the real atmosphere. And Terry they came to my house and said it's gonna be hard. This ain't easy. And me and Mama respected that because it wasn't easy.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm already knowing. So yeah. So, okay, that's good. I would have loved to see it in Wisconsin, but I love Marquette though.
You know what was I think the only one in Wisconsin that didn't offer me. They were the only one that didn't offer me from Wisconsin. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's okay. That's okay.
I'm sure every time we played them, it was something special.
Yeah. You had that on your calendar. Like, yeah, we got Wisconsin today. I'm locked in. No, but I feel like the stats that you had though your junior senior year, like, did you have an opportunity to even like almost get a look to play in the McDonald's game?
I think so. I got the letter, I think, but I don't remember. I didn't get picked or anything. I don't think anybody from Wisconsin did. And that actually, we had a great junior and senior class. Like, so I don't get why nobody got picked in that era.
Yeah, that was crazy to me, like the numbers that you like, the work you've been putting in since you came into Racine St Cats, and for you not to even like get a look, like how much you need to average then? 40?
But you know what? I think it was going into after my sophomore year. I went to that ABCD camp, and
Okay.
I did not do good. I still remember that too. Like my first game, everybody was there watching, and I actually hurt my thumb.
Okay.
I had the rest of the time. Until then, I never knew how important your thumb was.
Very important.
Yeah, I couldn't dribble right, couldn't shoot, nothing. So it messed it up. So that probably played a part too. I did not do well there. I was mad. I said, "Damn, we came all the way here," and I was there before with Ike and them and playing in the AH tournament. I did great, and then get there by myself and can't do nothing. I was mad.
Yeah, and it was your shooting. Oh yeah, that's tough. Yeah, ain't it crazy? Did you do everything possible? Did you like try to wrap it up? Or...
It was wrapped right away.
Oh, it just wasn't comfortable though, was it?
Yeah, that junk wasn't comfortable at all. That messed me up. I was mad.
Oh yeah, I feel that. Yeah, but okay, so you decide to go to Marquette. How was that? How was that experience? Incoming freshman. And I always ask people this. I always ask players this because just because a school is recruiting you doesn't mean that you and your coach basically on the same page. How was your relationship coming in as an incoming freshman to head coach at Marquette?
It was fine. They weren't bad. You know, I had a lot of upperclassmen, so they were really around me a lot. You know, the coaches, they come in, they coach, they meet with you. You have the one-on-ones with your actual position coach. So I didn't have any issues. It was just a lot though as a freshman, like coming in, doing all those workouts, just changing your whole regimen to figure that out. That was a lot. And then be like, dang, do I really want to play Division I basketball? Because it was
Yeah.
so I didn't have any issues. I was with my position coach a lot, just learning how they wanted me to play the game.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Because yeah, you coming in as an incoming freshman, you know, especially, you know, Big East, Marquette, um, and playing with upperclassmen, I'm pretty sure that it was like, even though you had them to guide you, but you being a point guard, you know, point guards got to be that, you know, that leader, you know, so.
Because the starting point guard, I've been the starting point guard for 4 years. It was Carolyn Keeger. She coached at Marquette, so
Okay.
she was the actual point guard, the starting point guard when I came in, and it was different because I came in with Aaron Monfrey and then Marissa Thor from Michigan, and they got put in with other groups. But I was with the point guard group, and it was 4 seniors and me. I'm like, it's totally different trying to learn. It helped me out. At first, I was nervous and I was like freaking out about it, but in the end, like I think that helped me prevail a lot more, and why I became so good as a freshman than waiting like a couple years to get better because they taught me so much and I had no choice. It's one freshman, 4 seniors. What I'm supposed to do? I got to figure it out.
You got to figure it out. And I like that mindset. You know, you got to figure it out. You know, this new day and age, you know, there's a lot of kids spoiled and, oh, I don't want to figure it out.
They entitled.
Yeah, exactly. So you was a starter, right, as a freshman?
I didn't start at the beginning, actually. I didn't start till mid-season. You know how after like the first few games, actually my first game, it was an exhibition game. I played like 15, 20 minutes. I was geeked thinking I'm about to play a lot. My actual first regular season game, I played 7 minutes.
Mm.
I know.
Now, yeah, so look, how was your mindset? You know, I know you strong-minded woman, but how was your mindset at that time? Because you come in as a freshman in high school and you start varsity all 4 years, ball in your hand about 95% of the time. And now you go to Marquette Big East and you get 7 minutes not starting. Did you get a little frustrated I know you stay focused.
I was frustrated. I'm like, dang, why I'm not playing? I'm doing everything they want, but you know, it's all about experience. They say like we got to be able to trust you on the court. But I had a good sounding backup crew. Like the seniors that was there. One of my roommates was a senior, Ifueko Landry. So she was my roommate. So she helped. Yeah, she helped me out a lot. She's like, don't get discouraged. Keep going. Do the little things, because you know. And at St. Cat's, I was scoring. I had the ball in my hand. I was passing. I was doing everything. They said, do the little things to get you on the court. Then you can show that.
Yeah. And I'm so glad you brought up you know, I'm horrible pronouncing names. So Ifueko, I just call her Miss Landry,
Oh
Marcus
yeah.
Landry wife. Yeah. Yeah. So I she was more of a defender, right?
Mhm.
She was more a defender, but that's the leadership, you know, that I believe that, you know, not just from her, but you know, from the other upperclassmen, but that's what I believe that really, really helped you a lot. You know, you staying focused and then you getting the confidence from your upperclassmen, you know. So, you know, I just love that Marquette team. How was Aaron Monfrey time when she was
Playing, I think a little more. She actually understood Terry's defense a lot quicker than us, me and Marissa. Terry had this 1-3-1 type defense. They made a DVD and everything about it. She got it right away, so that helped her get on the court a lot quicker than both of us. She figured that mug out. I couldn't figure it out for a while. I can't even lie to you. It was
yeah.
a struggle. I was used to some man-to-man defense, 2-3. So let me get on somebody. But no, that was something totally different. And she understood it right away. So she was actually playing more than both of the other freshmen.
Oh, okay. And then the incoming freshmen that came into Marquette, it was you, Aaron,
And Marissa, she was from
It
Michigan.
was just y'all three.
Yep.
Okay. That's and y'all all stayed there.
All
And
4 years.
yeah, all 4 years. Yeah,
And
that's
different too, because like we got in, everybody was upperclassmen, so practice is only an hour and a half, 2 hours, because they know everything. It's just you got to teach 3 people the system, so it was a lot different.
Yeah.
Like that, my junior year, we had practice for 4 hours. I had not experienced that before.
Yeah. That's too long to be practicing.
Hey, I'm with you. I was like, man, what is on? But we had like 5 or 6 freshmen, so that's what you got to do: keep them in the gym as long as possible to teach them.
Yeah, to teach them. Now, what part of your freshman year did you throw up?
I didn't even get through it that great. Preseason, or actually even before preseason, when we started, we had to be here in July. That's when we started summer school. We had to go. So they started destroying, man, killing us right away. I think one day we had a 6 a.m. workout and I didn't eat nothing. I laid on that floor. I said, oh, this ain't right. I was mad. That was, yeah. Them workouts was a killer. I said, who getting up at 6 a.m. and trying to get, who want to run? Want to lift weights at 6 a.m. So yeah, that messed me up. That was quick. That happened real quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really want to do this. Is this for me?
Yeah, exactly. I always got to ask that question to every basketball player, because especially, you played Division I played Division II, and I'm like, hold on, what's going on? Like, I ain't never ran like this, dude. Like why am I throwing up? I never threw up in my life. So I changed my whole diet and everything.
Yeah. Like, why we on the track? We basketball players. Why we gotta go run on the track? What's the point of all this? I'm like, man, they got too much going on.
Mm-hmm. Now, I had to write this down. You're all-time Marquette scoring leader. 1940,
Yep.
1,940 points.
So it's actually I was previously. I'm no longer the all-time women's leading scorer. Alizé Blockton broke it, and she's from Milwaukee too. So she broke it her senior year.
Okay. Wow. Well, congratulations to her. I didn't know that.
She had a great career there too. Big East Player of the Year. They won the Big East, so like it was really great for her too. So I wasn't even upset when she took it.
Yeah, exactly. But before she got that crown, like, how did that make you feel though? Like, how did that make you feel knowing like I know how laid back you are, Chris. You like, little old me, I'm at Marquette and I got the scoring record. Like,
I loved it. It was great, especially playing in the Big East. Like that was probably one of the best conferences the 4 years. They were the best. You couldn't, they can't say it publicly, but that was the best conference to play in. And to know that during that 4-year tenure, I still was able to outscore a lot of people and I scored a lot of points.
Yeah. Peer bucket. Yes, you were. You was a peer bucket. Yeah. Now, in them 4 years, did y'all make it to the NCAA tournament?
Yep. We made it my sophomore year.
Okay. It was just your sophomore year?
Yep. My freshman year, we made it to the NIT championship. And then my junior year, we won the NIT championship.
Okay. Yeah, that's dope. Now, how was that experience, like playing in the NCAA tournament?
Like, first of all, it's a total different vibe. And I didn't even know that they give you per diem when you get in the NCAA tournament. I said, oh, wow. Every round you get extra money and you get gifts. I said, this is something different. So, no, I really enjoyed the whole experience, just being there. We was in Texas. We ended up playing Oklahoma in the first round. And that's when they had those 2 twin sisters that were like 6'3", about 200-some pounds. I don't know what they expected out of us to do with that. I had one person that can guard it, but you can't get 2 that can guard them.
Yeah, not 2. That's tough.
But the overall NCAA, they did a great job. I really enjoyed it. I think we all did. It was just a nice experience to have, to be able to say that you got to go to the actual tournament and be a part of it. So I enjoyed every part of it.
Yeah, that's actually dope. So I'm pretty sure if they did it, back when you went your sophomore year, I could just imagine what the prizes and gifts are now.
I know, like, man, they probably giving a lot of stuff, but they got way more money now.
Exactly.
And with them NIL deals, they probably
Yeah.
who knows what they got in them back.
Yeah, exactly. So Big East, we all know Big East, just male and female, just like the best conference we was growing up watching, you played in it. Who was like one chick that you played in the Big East where you just like, oh my God, she making it tough for me, or
The whole team. I think my freshman year, Rutgers came to play us. The ball, I was starting at that time. They tipped the ball. Rutgers got it, and Cappy Poindexter said right away, "Game over." I said, "What the fuck?"
what?
They did blow us out, but I was like, "Damn, what the hell?" But I'm like, "Damn, that's some confidence." She was cold. I can't even. Cappy Poindexter was cold. She was probably one of my favorites. From UConn, playing against Maya Moore, her game is just something different. How tall she is and how she can shoot, get to the basket. It was nice playing against you. There's nothing you can really do to stop that caliber of a player, but you enjoy the moment. Your ego can't be too high to be like, dang, she ain't really doing what she's doing. Yeah, she's cold. She's really good. Just let that go.
Yeah, exactly. So playing Maya Moore, playing Poindexter. I actually got a story about Poindexter when I first seen her. But playing them, did they give you your respect like after the game? Because I know you was all on their scouting report.
They never said anything. I don't remember talking to none of the players either, really. Even going like, we just shook hands and kept it moving. Maybe at the Big East tournament, you might see them for a little bit, but they kept us pretty much apart. And I'm just thinking about that. Like, I don't remember talking to many of them. When I graduated, talking to some of them, but not then. Or when I tried out for the Olympic team, I got to meet a few. But like I'm like, dang, yeah, you're right. We never really chopped it up during the games or anything.
Oh, okay. Well, that would have been that just would have been so nice. Like, hey, Krystal, you got your stuff off, man. Y'all keep grinding. You know what I'm saying? Something little as that. That would have been nice.
Right. I'm shocked. I'm just thinking about that. Like, no, we never just chopped up. We just gave handshakes and hugs and kept it moving.
Yeah, exactly. But when I seen Poindexter, this is when Myosha was going to San Jose State, and it was a tournament in Iowa, and I drove up, and I just remember seeing Poindexter, and I was just like, at the time, I just know, the women in Wisconsin who got game. You know what I'm saying? So, and me and Yoshi went to Vincent, so of course I'm thinking she the best girl I've seen with my own two eyes, and then I see this Poindexter chick, and I'm just like, whoa, like she can play some ball, man. So
She was cold. Pull up game out this word, but Yoshi was cold too, though. I love playing with her. She was a nice AU.
Yeah. What AAU team you was? A playground?
We played DTA together. That one women's team that DTA had, we had Ike as our coach for one summer.
And that summer went good.
Yeah, we had a great summer.
You remember who was all on that team?
It was Yoshi, Turk, Stephanie Krausley. Who else was on there? I'm trying to think.
You dang near said enough. Oh, demons right there.
Shanita probably played with Playground that year. We had a lot of people though. It was a real good team. Either you play with Playground or DTA that one year.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's dope. So you experienced the Big East. You went to the NCAA tournament. You won the NIT. You won the NIT junior year, right?
Yep.
Yeah, junior year. And just not fast forwarding too much, but you graduate Marquette University. Shout out, getting your degree. And now you in the Hall of Fame at Marquette. What year was that you got inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Man, you trying to put dates on me? I'm terrible with numbers. Look, what year was?
Krystal, you got to know this. This is like that's like a milestone. Like I would know. Like, hey man, I got inducted.
I'm trying to think about. Now you gonna have mine, and I ain't gonna probably like what was it? 2018, I think. 2017. I'm close. You got it down, written down. I know it was in the last 4 years. I know I'm terrible with that type of stuff. I can't even lie. I don't know the year.
Yeah. Okay. You don't got to know the year. How do it feel to be in the Hall of Fame at Marquette University, though?
It's great. I love it. To see how many people actually were in the Hall of Fame. Like it's a big deal when you get to that stuff. It's like you can get your, like, you can be in the Hall of Fame, then you can get your retired jersey. Like, some people like, oh, they're great players, they have this, but like when you get to the Hall of Fame, it's a different caliber of a person, a different caliber of a player you were. So it was a great feeling. I felt like I belonged there, and I was happy to be there with the other individuals. I think it's only 77. I do remember that number. It was 77 individuals in the Marquette Hall of Fame. So to be one of the 77 out of all the years of athletics there, that says a lot to me.
Wow. See, that's a fun fact. I didn't know that. You telling me the history that Marquette University had. And hold on, we just talking about women, or you talking about women and men?
Women and men, just the Marquette Hall of Fame.
And it's only 77?
Yep.
Wow, Krystal, congratulations. See, this is why we doing this podcast, so I can give you your flowers while you're here. Because when I see you off the cameras, I always give you your flowers. So people need to hear this.
I appreciate you.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. So yeah, you get inducted to the Hall of Fame at Marquette University. Yeah, that's super dope. Okay, Krystal, I know your mind is all over the place. Do you know who you got inducted with?
Yep, I got inducted with one of my teammates, Angel Robinson. I got inducted, I know the basketball players. I got inducted with Jarrell McNeil. He actually is the all-time leading scorer for Marquette. So me and him was actually racing my senior year to see who was going to become the all-time leading scorer. Totally. He actually beat me, and shout out to him. He's a great guy. Sierra Johnson, she got inducted from volleyball. Jim McElvain, who's from Racine, he got inducted. And then there was one other player. I can't remember their name, but they were a soccer player.
Okay. Yeah, you do that.
I stuff. I can't remember them dates, man.
Exactly. Yeah, not the dates, my bad. But I'm glad you remember who was like there with you, though. Speaking of the men's side, like how were y'all relationship? Because it was Jarrell McNeil. Was it Wes Matthews?
Yep, Wes, Dominique James, Maurice Ackers, Jimmy Butler was there too for 2 of my years. It was great. Actually, us and the men's team got along well. We always was hanging out, playing cards together and stuff. So we had a good relationship. We all stayed in the same apartment building.
Okay, so, like in the same building. Okay, that's dope.
They're the whole 4 years. So of course you're gonna be around each other all the time. So yeah.
Yeah, now were y'all able to make it to a lot of their games and vice versa, or same day?
Yeah, they was around the same time, or we'd have a game and they would be traveling. I honestly think I only went to a couple boys games ever while I was there. Mostly watched them on TV when you got a little down. You was an athlete. When you get the chance to just chill,
yeah.
you go sit on better than anywhere. So
yeah. Yeah. So after Marquette, all right, you get your degree, all that type of stuff. You play overseas for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before I talk about overseas, I don't know how the women's side is. I'm sorry, don't beat me up, Krystal. Did you have any WNBA like workouts, calls? No, none of that?
Nope. Workouts or calls or camps or anything. I think how it works, though, they do have camps now where you can go. Usually just if you get drafted, and then a couple people get to go to camp. But you see how it worked this year. Some of the people that played last year and were drafted are already kicked off the team.
Yeah, exactly. See, I don't want to get deep into it, but how do you feel about like women not having like WNBA summer league and training camp and all that type of stuff? Or I think they got training camp, but not summer league.
But it's a short training camp. It's nothing like the NBA. It's not a good thing. It's getting better. I think what he was trying to do before he passed away, I think he was trying to put a lot more into WNBA. He was a girl dad, so he was really trying to figure it out and help them as much as possible. And you can see other people are helping them behind the scenes, but it's like, what all can you do? How can you make it better? How can you make them make more money? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people trying to figure out and make it better. It's come a long way from when it started.
Yeah, that's very true.
It's not going in the wrong direction, which is good. Like, it's getting better. It's just a slow process. And I don't know the answers to how to fix it. I wish it would be better than it is, but hopefully they can figure it out. Somebody's behind the scenes is working, and a lot of the women are speaking up, which I really appreciate, that they're talking about everything that's going on in the WNBA. They're not keeping quiet, that's something that all people always want women to do, is be quiet and not speak up, and they're speaking up, which I appreciate.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I always felt that the WNBA need more support. You know, I have my debates about it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's tough, man. It just yeah, and you talk to a guy who got 6 sisters, and like, you know what I'm saying? So it just, and I'm the only boy, so it's just like,
yeah, you have no.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right. So now that I know that you didn't have like no NBA workouts or anything like that, you go overseas. What was the country you went to? The first team you played for?
In Greece, Athens, and then I played in, where did I go after that? I went to Poland, Slovakia, and then my last, Iceland wasn't that long. They actually, I was almost done with basketball. I was like, I'm about to start something else. In Iceland, they called and said, hey, we got your tape. Would you come and play in our playoffs? So then I came and to get them up, because they were a B team. You know, I worked overseas. You got the B team, and then you got the A team. They were the B team, but if they won a championship, they would move up to the A team. So they brought me over for like a month. I played in the playoffs. We won the championship, so they got moved up to the A team. The coach wanted to bring me back, but the club ended up firing him. He coached both the men and women's team. He coached both teams, got them both up to the A League, and they fired him and said they needed to go in another direction.
What direction you need to go to? Like, male?
From, I said he did everything that they needed him to do. Like, he got both teams up to the A League, and now you're gonna let the man go. But actually, after that, I was done. And then, like, a few years later, when I knew I wasn't still hooping, he messaged me, said, hey, I finally got a coaching job again. Do you want to come play for me? I said, no, I'm okay. I don't play anymore.
You was like 3 years out of it, right?
Yeah, I said, I wasn't going back to it.
Yeah.
That life is different.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. Is it like the food? Of course, the language. You know.
Yeah, it's a culture shock. The food I can deal with. I'll cook for myself, but just being away from family all the time. You know, you got holidays, Thanksgiving. I have a big family. My mom has 12 brothers and sisters.
Okay, so your family cracking.
Yeah, we are the family. We are the party. We do everything together. So like, I'm sitting there one day, Thanksgiving, I'm eating some green beans and some bogus ham, and they got Thanksgiving dinner all on the table. I'm just sitting there like, this is really what's going on? Like, I'm here and they there. I take nothing from overseas. I love the opportunities. I love that I got to travel for free. I enjoyed the clubs I played for. It's just it's a total different thing. That's a mentally different capacity. I respect a lot of people who can do it for years after years. It's a lot.
Yeah, I know that can really be tough, especially, you know, for a woman, and especially for you who's family oriented, has a big family, and then missing them big holidays, you know what I'm saying? Christmas, Thanksgiving, that good food and stuff. So yeah, I can definitely see how, you know, it could have changed your mind about playing overseas. But the good thing is you thugged it out for 4 years though, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, I know it was successful, won the championship, right? So won the championship, you know. Yeah, like that's dope. So right after you retired from playing overseas, did you get right into refereeing? Did I meet you around that time, or what you was doing?
Year you met me, that was we met together, and that was our first year. I actually coached for 1 year. I was assistant coach for Park High School, which is in Racine. So I was coaching for them, but I was also decided to get my master's at that time. So I was in an accelerated master's program where I had class every Tuesday from 6 to 10. So everybody know all the high school games are Tuesdays and Fridays. So I would miss all of those games, and the girls would be upset, and they'd be talking. I'm like, and I'm the type of person, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to be all in. So after the first year, I quit. I said, I'm not going to coach anymore. I said, not until I finish my master's. And then that same year, somebody asked me if I wanted to ref, and I decided to try it out. Look at me now.
And I'm so glad you decided to do that, Krystal, because
And you're going to get back.
I don't know if we'll be doing this podcast right now. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for whoever told you to start refereeing, you know? So,
Back to
yeah,
ref.
yeah. So you get into the ref, and now I'm paying attention. I've seen you coach a couple upstate games, college game. Do you do any rec leagues?
I used to do rec leagues. When I first started, I did a lot of the NPS men's and women's rec leagues.
Okay.
I stopped a while ago.
Okay, that's good. So let's talk about the big girl stuff. So what big high school games have you refed? High school or college?
So I do D3 college, and then I do JUCO and NAIA for college. College, it's totally different. The game is different. The higher up you go, the more skilled they are. The basketball is played the right way. So any college game is like, it's a typical, like, hey, they know how to play basketball. You literally they're just making the calls. You might get a coach that you got to argue with, you got to go back and forth with a little bit, because they know the game, not just like, you really don't know the rules, you don't know the game. They're getting paid to do this, so they're on another level. High school, I'd probably say last year I just thought it was cool reffing the Division I game and the girl from Germantown that was going to UConn.
Going to UConn. Woo.
Yeah, she not. I haven't watched high school basketball. I don't be watching sports like that, so I didn't know about her. And that first game, they told me who she was. I was like, oh, this is cool. That first game, I'm like, oh, I'm out here doing the state tournament, but I'm looking at her, watching her play. I'm like, man, she cold. And you got to keep a straight face. But I'm like, I think it's something I want to be like, damn, but you can't say that. You got to be like,
yeah. And that's another thing I was gonna ask too. Like, as far as repping, like, them big games, and the players, or people come up to y'all and let you know like what type of caliber player that you about to be reffing against or whatever. I'm pretty sure it's hard for you to keep your composure sometimes, and just kind of like, your reaction if somebody get dunked on across you, like, oh,
yeah.
Snap, foul, or oh, travel.
It was easier when the mask was on. They couldn't tell what I was doing. But with the mask off, you could see my expression. Sometimes I'm like, damn, did that happen? Did he fall? Did she fall? Like, yeah, you see that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as far as reffing, did you reffed upstate, right? What teams were those?
I had, for this year, I had Pewaukee, and I forgot the other. It was a team that was in. It was a Green Bay team. I forgot who it was, but I had the Division I game again.
Okay. Now, how was that for you? But now you reffing. You ain't got the jersey on now. So how was that for you? Like, I know the crowd barking, they loud, and
ooh. You know how it is as a basketball player going up there. Everybody's watching you. It's the same for referees. So all the refs are watching on TV. A lot of the refs come to the game, so they sitting there critiquing you too, making sure you do all the right stuff. So it's the same. It's the same way. It's a different feeling. Of course, I'd rather be on the court playing, but like it's just different. Like, it's a stressful thing. I think last year after my game, it was such a great game. I had an adrenaline rush for like the whole ride home. Like about 30 minutes before I got home, my heartbeat stopped going as fast as it was. As a ref, I'm like, this is crazy. I said, you just get up to that point where it feels like that.
Yeah, exactly. So your approach refereeing is almost like being a basketball player. You got to be locked in for that as well, right?
Yep. You got to focus, because you never know what's going to happen. Somebody might say something to you, a player. You got to be watching stuff. Stuff happens so quick, and you got to change your whole perspective. And then you trying to run and watch the game. It's a lot.
Yeah. I'm really proud of you for sticking to it. That's one thing that I wish I would have stayed sticking to. I think I would have been so good. Like, you almost got to be animated when you reffing.
You don't. Yeah, I know. You think I wish you would have stayed with us. So we could have been doing state together.
Yeah, I know. That's what off camera. That's what we got to talk about. So you can get me back in there. You know what I'm saying? For real. Because reffing is more than just, I'm going to ref this game and get paid. I think I'm gonna get the satisfaction of I think I can teach these kids, how to play basketball the right way and, all that type of stuff. So, yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
When kids are playing and they do something, I try to go tell them, hey, if you did this, this wouldn't be a violation. Or one of the biggest things that everybody mess up is if you make an actual shot attempt and you airball and you go get your rebound, you can put it back in. But a lot of people think it's a travel and it's not. And so I tell them, like, hey, you can pick that ball up and shoot it again. You actually made a legit attempt to shoot it. So pick it up and shoot it again.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. See, well, I knew that, but
a lot of
kids don't know that.
And the crowd get mad at you too when you don't call at a travel. I think I did a men's pro-am game one time, and these grown men, they can dunk and everything. This man, he was about 6'7", somehow finger rolled and airballed the layup. He got his rebound and made the shot, and everybody was screaming at me because I ain't call a violation. I said he attempted to make the layup. He just airballed. But everybody went crazy on me. I said, man, that's when I was like, I wish I didn't have to call it. I wish I could call it just people would be snapping at me.
But that's what you got trained to. That's really the correct way. A lot of people don't know. So let me ask you about this call, because this is a call that has the open gym kind of, people barking at each other. It's open gym too, so it ain't a game. So if a ball reversal come to me and I'm about to shoot and it slips out my hand and I catch it though, right? I shoot it, but it slipped and I catch it. Can I dribble?
No.
Okay. I kind of figured that.
Because you know what a lot of people do? They do that fake jump shot with it and let it drop. You can't be doing that type of shit.
Yeah, that. So let me ask you this. So why is it so, even though I know you can't dribble, but why is it where you can finger roll, airball, and go back up? Did he take a dribble and go back up? Or did he just airball the layup, catch it, and went back up?
Caught it and went back up. He ain't dribbled.
Okay, so if I shoot a shot, slip, I can just catch and shoot, of course.
Not like actually shoot a shot where it goes like that, but like if like how I said, how people just do that fake shot, like they go, oh, I'm a fake, and then just let it drop, that would be a violation. But if you actually attempted, it went in front of you, you ran and got it, yeah, you fine.
Okay.
Look crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's the thing, you gotta actually make sure when you're calling the call, was it a legit shot attempt? Or were they doing something else? Were they trying to pass it, or were they just faking a shot just to get the ball back? You got to determine what it was, and that's the split-second decision. Like, I think he might have been trying to pass it. Now, if he was trying to pass it, no, that's travel because you tried to get rid of it, and then you got it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so, you still currently refereeing, right?
Yep.
All right. So, okay, I kind of figured that. So what's your like your future as far as the refereeing? Like, are you trying to be the NBA level, G League, WNBA?
Just college Division I for women's. I think there's a certain age limit for the NBA and G League. I think it cuts off at a certain age.
Are you serious?
Oh, you get picked up to start, not when you're in, because it's some dudes in there 60, 70.
Yeah. So, yeah, what's that cutoff age,
I think I'm pretty close to it, though.
You need to get on it, Krystal.
Man, the NBA, a total different ball game.
You really probably be like, whoa, in the NBA, like, whoa, LeBron, good done.
How quick they are, the game is different. They understand the game on a total different level, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, man, listen, Krystal, to wrap this up, I'm really proud of you. Just your journey, in general, as far as what you accomplished in high school, what you accomplished, in college, and even the short time that you had overseas, you still accomplished, and then what you having a degree and a master's, and hopefully you get back into coaching. They need that. But refereeing is good too. You can still teach the game. So I'm just glad to just see, like, like you just stayed focused for all these years and you still, still staying focused. So just continue, to strive for greatness. And I want to see you on the D1 level with the refereeing. And, I'm gonna be checking you out a lot more this upcoming season. And we're gonna stay in contact anyway. So, but before we leave, I gotta put you on the spot, okay? Because you gotta send this to your Racine family, the players, who your top 5 out of Racine St. Catherine's all time?
Men or women?
Give me 5 women. Give me the women.
I'd have to say Christy Kuja because I played with her. Abby Garchek. She played in the WNBA. Ooh, who else? There's probably some younger ones that I can't think of their name. Look, you put me on the spot. I can't think of name. I'm terrible with numbers and names, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't think of no other ones. But I'm pretty sure there was some younger than me that were really good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You gonna put yourself in there, right? Or no?
Oh yeah, of course I'm in there.
Okay, so that's 3. I give you that. You gave me 3. Okay, including yourself. So, but I appreciate you coming to the Barcode podcast. Good luck, with your refereeing journey. Even though I'm gonna be tuned in, and just continue to strive for greatness. And thank you coming to the Barcode podcast.
I appreciate you.
Yes, you already know, Krystal. Love.
Love.
Just touched down, back on road, counting money, man, you know how it goes. Hit the VIP and tell my bitch to strike a pose. Hop in mode.